Don't drink plain water after 50. Add this mineral for insane blood flow. Dr. Rachel Ross. Gentlemen, let me pose a straightforward question before we delve into the heart of the matter. How many glasses of plain water have you consumed today? Perhaps 2, 3, or maybe you've already finished a full bottle. Many men with a sense of pride would likely respond, "Plenty, I ensure I'm well hydrated, doctor." However, here's a crucial truth that often goes unspoken. If you are over the age of 50, and particularly if you've crossed the threshold of 60, the simple act of drinking plain water might not be providing the benefits you assume. While it undeniably sustains life, it may not be actively contributing to your vitality. The reality is that water alone cannot replenish what the passage of time subtly diminishes. Beyond 50, your body's cellular structures, the intricate network of your blood vessels, and your hormonal landscape begin to undergo changes that most men remain unaware of. You might drink water diligently, yet still find yourself grappling with persistent fatigue. You may engage in regular exercise, but perceive a noticeable slowing in your circulation. You achieve a full night's sleep only to awaken feeling groggy and with a sense of dryness. Something fundamental is missing, and that missing element could be the very key distinguishing mere survival from truly thriving. I am Dr. Rachel Ross, a board-certified urologist with over 12 years dedicated to assisting men in naturally restoring their energy levels, improving their circulation, and enhancing their overall performance. Today, I intend to unveil a profound truth that is seldom, if ever, discussed in the curriculum of medical schools. Consider this. What if I were to tell you that the specific type of water you drink is as critically important as the quantity you consume? What if your hydration could be fundamentally reprogrammed, not merely to quench thirst, but to invigorate your cells, to amplify blood flow, and even to reignite a sense of power and vigor you believed had long since departed? This might sound extraordinary, even unbelievable, but I urge you to stay with me, because by the conclusion of this discussion, your perspective on a simple glass of water will be irrevocably altered. In fact, you will discover how the inclusion of a single, often overlooked mineral can transform your standard hydration into a potent natural catalyst for improved blood flow. Something that actively supports your energy, stamina, and performance without the need for pills, stimulants, or the concern of unwanted side effects. Therefore, please resist the urge to skip ahead. The most impactful revelation is reserved for later in this presentation, where I will meticulously outline, step by step, precisely how to implement this transformative practice. And before we embark on this journey, I kindly request that you hit the like button if you find this information valuable, subscribe to this channel if you are new here, and share your location in the comments section below. I genuinely appreciate hearing from men across the United States and around the globe who are proactively taking charge of their health and well-being. Now, gentlemen, please have your glass of water at the ready, because after today, you will never again view it in the same plain manner. Let's engage in a moment of honest reflection. The prevailing notion among most men is that hydration is a simple binary concept. You feel thirsty, you drink water, and the matter is resolved. Is that truly the case? Not quite, especially as we mature. After the age of 60, our bodies undergo significant changes that render the simple act of drinking adequate water far more complex than it once was. Let us break this down gently, for this is precisely where so many individuals falter. To begin, our thirst mechanism gradually weakens. As we age, the brain's capacity to accurately sense dehydration diminishes. You might feel perfectly fine, yet your body's cells are subtly signaling distress. The clear, unambiguous signals of "I am thirsty" become less frequent, leading us to consume less fluid. Furthermore, even when we do ingest water, our bodies do not always process it with the same efficiency as they once did. Secondly, our kidneys and digestive systems experience a decline in their functional efficiency. The kidneys, which are responsible for managing our body's water and mineral balance, become less adept at maintaining electrolyte equilibrium. They may either excrete water too rapidly or retain excessive amounts of sodium. In either scenario, the entire system can become imbalanced. Thirdly, and this is a crucial point, our cells begin to lose their inherent ability to retain water. The outer boundary of every cell, known as the cell membrane, relies on the presence of specific minerals to maintain its electrical charge. Without this essential charge, your body is fundamentally unable to draw water effectively into the cells. Consequently, even if you are technically consuming sufficient water, you can still be experiencing cellular dehydration. Imagine pouring water onto parched soil that has been stripped of its nutrients. The water simply flows over the surface, failing to penetrate and nourish. Your body may appear adequately hydrated from an external perspective, but internally, your cells are parched, craving the electrical charge, the minerals, the very essence of life. This cellular starvation is often the precursor to the insidious onset of various symptoms: persistent fatigue, cognitive fogginess, dry and inelastic skin, stiff joints, a prolonged recovery period after physical exertion, and even compromised circulation in the most intimate areas. It is imperative to understand that dehydration is not merely a sensation of thirst. It is intrinsically linked to blood flow. When your cells are incapable of retaining water, your blood becomes thicker, its flow more sluggish, and it encounters greater resistance. This translates to a reduced delivery of oxygen and vital nutrients to every system in your body, ultimately impacting your cardiovascular health, your cognitive function, and indeed, your masculine vitality. Thus, the hidden reality is this: you can meticulously consume 8 glasses of water daily and still be functionally dehydrated. Your body does not simply require water, it necessitates electrical hydration that can permeate every cell, every blood vessel, and every nerve pathway. Now, before we move on to the solution, I ask you to pause for a moment and reflect. When was the last time you experienced a genuine sense of being fully hydrated? I am referring to that invigorating feeling of mental clarity, boundless energy, and a lightness of being that makes you feel demonstrably younger than your years. If it has been some time since you last felt this way, do not be discouraged. What you are likely missing is not the essence of youth, but rather essential minerals. Minerals are the crucial catalysts that transform ordinary water into what I term living water. In the forthcoming discussion, I will elucidate precisely how this phenomenon occurs and why every man beyond the age of 60 critically needs this electrical charge to maintain his strength, his focus, and his overall zest for life. All right, gentlemen, let us now delve a little deeper without becoming overly technical, just enough for you to truly grasp the underlying principles. Envision your body as a high-performance engine. Water, in this analogy, serves as the fuel, but minerals are akin to the spark plugs. Without them, the fuel cannot ignite, the engine cannot fire, and regardless of how much water you introduce, it simply remains inert. There will be no energy, no power, and no optimal flow. Every thought, every heartbeat, every single muscular contraction within your body is orchestrated by minute electrical signals. And herein lies the critical insight. These electrical signals are entirely dependent on the presence of minerals. Your cells communicate through electrical voltage. Minerals such as magnesium, sodium, potassium, and zinc are the carriers of the electrical charge that makes this voltage possible. When this charge diminishes, your body's internal communication system becomes akin to a weak Wi-Fi signal, faltering and unreliable. This is when you begin to experience a cascade of suboptimal sensations. Energy levels plummet, mental focus wavers, muscles become stiff and tense, and your blood vessels, the vital conduits of your circulation, start to stiffen and narrow. This is not an inevitable consequence of aging. It is a symptom of disconnection. Your cells are no longer communicating effectively with one another because they have lost their shared language. And that language, gentlemen, is electricity. Now, here is a piece of information that most physicians rarely impart. Plain water, by its very nature, contains no minerals and possesses zero electrical conductivity. Consequently, it can hydrate your body on a superficial level, but it fails to replenish your internal energetic battery. In your younger years, you naturally absorbed a greater abundance of minerals from your diet, and your digestive system was more efficient at their assimilation. However, after the age of 50, digestion slows, absorption rates decline, and the very same glass of water that once provided invigorating refreshment now feels comparatively inert. Scientific research corroborates this phenomenon. Studies conducted by esteemed institutions such as the National Institutes of Health and the Mayo Clinic have revealed a significant rise in magnesium and potassium deficiencies, particularly among men after the age of 50. These deficiencies have been unequivocally linked to fatigue, elevated blood pressure, muscle weakness, and compromised blood flow. So what then is the optimal solution? It is to restore the spark to your water. When you introduce the appropriate minerals, even in trace amounts, your hydration becomes functionally effective. The water can then effectively traverse into your cells, your circulation improves, your energy levels stabilize, your cognitive clarity returns, and you begin to feel that vital, steady current of life flowing through you once more. This is what I term electrical hydration. It represents the profound difference between merely pouring water onto your body and actively igniting it from within. And remarkably, this process is far simpler than you might imagine, as nature has already provided 4 key minerals that can effectively reactivate this internal switch. Each of these minerals plays a distinct and vital role, promoting relaxation, fostering balance, facilitating communication, and offering hormonal protection. Collectively, they form what I have termed the circulation code. Therefore, let us examine each one individually, commencing with the single most impactful mineral for men over 60, the mineral that possesses the remarkable ability to literally relax your arteries and restore optimal flow throughout your entire body. If there is one mineral that every man past the age of 60 should intimately understand, it is magnesium. I affectionately refer to it as the relaxation mineral, and once you comprehend its profound functions, you will readily understand why so many men experience feelings of tension, restlessness, and exhaustion, even when they perceive themselves to be in good health. The fundamental truth is this: your heart, your blood vessels, and your muscles all depend on magnesium to achieve a state of relaxation, to release after each contraction, and to breathe freely after each heartbeat. You see, calcium is the mineral that signals your muscles to contract. Magnesium, conversely, is the mineral that signals them to release. It is a beautifully orchestrated dance between tension and relaxation. However, as we age past 50, our magnesium levels tend to decline. When magnesium is deficient, calcium begins to assert dominance. Your arteries remain constricted, your blood pressure elevates, and your circulation becomes sluggish. This sensation of tightness is not confined to your external muscles. It also manifests internally within your blood vessels. Consider a garden hose that is perpetually kinked. Water still flows, but with significantly reduced volume and pressure. This is precisely what occurs when your body experiences a deficiency in magnesium. The scientific evidence is overwhelmingly clear on this matter. Studies emanating from institutions such as the Cleveland Clinic and the NIH unequivocally demonstrate that over 75% of men exhibit some degree of magnesium deficiency. This deficiency extends far beyond its impact on cardiac health. It profoundly affects your energy levels, your sleep quality, your mood, and undeniably, your physical performance. When blood flow is compromised, every bodily function slows in tandem. Moreover, magnesium is integral to over 300 biochemical processes within the body, ranging from the efficient production of energy within your cells to the calming of your nervous system. When you replenish your magnesium levels, transformative changes can occur with remarkable remarkable rapidity, your sleep deepens, your muscles achieve a state of profound relaxation, your mental focus sharpens, and your circulation, the very lifeline of vitality, is reawakened. So how do you address this deficiency? Begin with a simple, yet potent step. Introduce magnesium directly into your water. It is crucial to opt for the correct form. Avoid the inferior, poorly absorbed magnesium found in many standard multivitamins. Instead, seek out magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate. These forms dissolve readily, possess a mild taste, and are efficiently absorbed by the body. For my patients, I consistently recommend half a teaspoon of magnesium glycinate powder dissolved in their morning glass of water. It should be stirred thoroughly and consumed slowly. While you drink, take a few deliberate, deep breaths. You will likely experience a gentle awakening of your system, a feeling of calm yet energized readiness. Consistently implementing this practice for a period of 3 weeks will yield noticeable improvements: smoother mornings, enhanced focus, and, importantly, a more robust and steady circulation in the areas where it matters most. Because when your arteries relax, your energy flows unimpeded, your heart functions with greater ease, and your confidence, both physically and emotionally, begins to resurge. Magnesium acts as the quiet foundation upon which vitality is rebuilt. It does not announce its presence with fanfare. It does not rely on hype. It simply restores what time has incrementally tightened. And once you have recaptured that essential state of relaxation, you are perfectly primed for the next vital mineral in our sequence. This is the mineral that ultimately dictates whether all the water you consume actually remains within your cells or simply passes through your system without benefit. Now that your blood vessels are in a state of relaxed readiness, let us turn our attention to the mineral that plays a pivotal role in determining whether hydration truly reaches your cells: sodium. You may be thinking, "Doctor, you mean salt. Isn't salt detrimental to my blood pressure?" This is an excellent and entirely valid question. However, here is a critical truth that many men fail to grasp. It is not sodium itself that is the primary culprit, but rather the type changes of sodium consumed. The sodium typically found in processed foods, such as canned soups, chips, and frozen meals, is the problematic form. This sodium is refined, bleached, and completely stripped of its beneficial companion minerals. This type of sodium wreaks havoc on your body's delicate balance, actively draws water out of your cells, and leaves you feeling bloated, fatigued, and perpetually dehydrated. In stark contrast, natural sodium, the kind found in unrefined sea salt or the beautiful Himalayan pink salt, represents an entirely different category of substance. It contains a spectrum of trace minerals, including magnesium, potassium, and calcium, which work synergistically to facilitate your body's optimal utilization of water. Consider sodium as the gatekeeper to your cells. It governs whether water enters your cells or remains outside, rendering it largely ineffective. Without adequate levels of natural sodium, your hydration remains superficial. Your body may absorb water, but it never reaches the cellular interior where the truly transformative processes occur. This is precisely why so many men confide in me, stating, "Dr. Ross, I drink water constantly, yet I still feel perpetually thirsty and exhausted." This is not true thirst. It is your cells crying out for electrolytes. When you have insufficient sodium, your body loses its capacity to retain water where it is most critically needed. You excrete it rapidly, and your hydration is lost before your body can even begin to harness its benefits. Therefore, here is my professional recommendation. Each morning, take your substantial glass of water, the same one you prepared with your magnesium, and add a minuscule pinch of natural salt. Literally, just the tip of your pinky finger's worth. You will barely perceive its taste, but your body will unequivocally feel the difference. This tiny addition significantly enhances your cell's ability to absorb water at a profound level. You will observe that you remain hydrated for extended periods, and your energy levels will feel remarkably stable. Gone will be those sudden dizzy spells when you stand up too quickly, and the relentless mid-afternoon fatigue or cognitive fog will dissipate. Think of this process as fine-tuning your body's internal electrical system. that trace amount of natural sodium flips the switch, transforming your hydration from a passive state into an active, functional one. And rest assured, you will not experience adverse spikes in your blood pressure. In fact, numerous studies published by reputable institutions such as the Mayo Clinic and Harvard Health have demonstrated that when natural sodium is consumed in balance with magnesium and potassium, it actively supports blood pressure stability. So, gentlemen, it is time to release your apprehension regarding real salt. Your body genuinely needs it. Your cells depend on its presence. The key is to ensure it is pure, unrefined, and consumed in moderation, because this single mineral not only facilitates water entry into your cells, but actively contributes to powering them. Now that your water has its essential gatekeeper in place, it is time to introduce the balancer, the mineral that ensures everything operates in perfect harmony, from your heart's rhythm to your muscle control, and the consistent rhythmic flow of blood throughout your entire being. If magnesium serves as the relaxer and sodium as the gatekeeper, then potassium acts as the ultimate balancer, the quiet but powerful force that maintains equilibrium. Every electrical signal within your body, from the beat of your heart to the intricate workings of your muscles, relies on the delicate interplay between sodium and potassium. An excess of sodium within your system can lead to tension and overstimulation. Conversely, insufficient sodium can result in a significant drop in energy. Potassium is the mineral that effectively equalizes these forces, calming the internal storm. Here is a critical insight that many men fail to recognize. As we age, our potassium levels subtly but steadily decline. According to research from the National Institutes of Health, a staggering 90% of older adults do not consume adequate potassium through their diet alone. This imbalance is a significant, often overlooked contributor to high blood pressure, arterial stiffness, and sluggish circulation. Consider it this way: if sodium acts as the gate to allow water into your cells, then potassium is responsible for retaining that water within the cells, ensuring that your muscles, nerves, and heart remain adequately hydrated and electrically charged. Without sufficient potassium, your cells lose their internal turgor, your blood vessels constrict, your heart must work harder to pump blood, leading to a more rapid depletion of your energy reserves. However, when you restore adequate potassium levels, a remarkable transformation unfolds. Your arteries naturally relax, your blood pressure normalizes, your heart rhythm steadies, and you experience a sense of calm yet alert vitality, as if your entire system has finally exhaled. So, where can you readily obtain this vital mineral? While foods such as bananas, spinach, avocados, and beetroot are beneficial sources, if you are over the age of 60, dietary intake alone may prove insufficient. Your body's ability to absorb potassium efficiently declines with age. This is precisely why I advocate for the incorporation of a potassium-rich electrolyte powder into your daily routine. Seek out a product that is low in sugar but high in essential minerals. Half a scoop in a glass of water, either post-exercise or in the evening, is an ideal supplemental intake. It is simple, refreshing, and profoundly restorative. Men who adopt this habit frequently report a similar sentiment. "Doctor, I feel steady again." They experience improved sleep, reduced muscle cramping, a smoother heart rhythm, and, often with a wry smile, a noticeable improvement in their nighttime circulation. This is not a mere coincidence. Potassium, in conjunction with magnesium, plays a crucial role in maintaining the patency of your blood vessels and ensuring your nerves are firing optimally. They are the dynamic duo that transforms simple hydration into robust blood flow. When you have adequate potassium, you are no longer merely drinking water. You are actively recharging the electrical grid that powers your entire body. And this brings us to the final and perhaps most critical mineral, the one most directly correlated with your inherent strength, your drive, and the hormonal spark that fundamentally defines a man regardless of age. This is the quiet commander of your vitality, zinc. We have now arrived at the most potent mineral in our ensemble, the one that discreetly governs your strength, your stamina, and your masculine drive, zinc. While many men tend to overlook its significance, zinc acts as the supreme commander of your hormonal army. It plays a pivotal role in regulating testosterone production, fortifying your immune system, and maintaining the healthy function of your prostate gland. In its absence, your body's internal engine begins to operate at a significantly reduced capacity. It is important to understand that testosterone is not solely about libido. It is intrinsically linked to your overall life force. It profoundly influences your mood, your cognitive focus, your energy levels, and your body's recovery capabilities. And zinc, gentlemen, is the essential spark that keeps that vital fire burning brightly. Here is what commonly transpires with age. Your intestinal absorption of zinc diminishes. Your dietary intake may also be insufficient to meet your body's needs. Furthermore, if you regularly consume medications for heartburn or partake in alcohol consumption, your zinc levels can decline even more rapidly. This is why a substantial number of men over 60 report experiencing a decline in their physical speed, a reduction in motivation, and at times a struggle with diminished drive, even when other health indicators appear perfectly normal. A deficiency in zinc impairs your body's ability to produce testosterone efficiently. It also compromises the optimal functioning of your prostate gland. And if you have noticed a slower recovery time after workouts, a weakened immune response to common illnesses, or a general sense of lethargy upon waking, it is highly probable that zinc deficiency is a contributing factor. However, here is the encouraging news. This deficiency is entirely rectifiable, and you will likely perceive the positive impact quite swiftly. Forget those cumbersome zinc tablets that can often lead to stomach upset. Their absorption, particularly for individuals over 50, is often suboptimal. Instead, opt for liquid zinc drops. They are convenient, clean, and readily absorbed by your system. A few drops added to your midday glass of water are typically sufficient. They possess a mild taste, but their effects are remarkably profound. Over the ensuing weeks, you will observe a sharpening of your cognitive focus, a sustained level of energy throughout the day, and a gradual resurgence of that subtle yet essential masculine spark. And the benefits of zinc extend far beyond hormonal regulation. Zinc significantly strengthens your immune system, a crucial factor for individuals over 60. As their natural defenses can begin to wane, it aids your body in repair, healing, and more rapid recovery from infections. Therefore, by incorporating zinc, you are not merely enhancing your hydration, you are actively recharging your internal drive. When you combine zinc with magnesium, natural sodium, and potassium, you have effectively established the 4 foundational pillars of optimal hydration and enduring vitality. The question now arises, how do you seamlessly integrate these elements into your daily routine? How can you transform this scientific understanding into a simple, manageable practice that requires no exotic supplements or overly complicated regimens? This is precisely what we will address next. A straightforward 3-step daily hydration plan that takes less than 5 minutes to execute, but possesses the potential to fundamentally transform your energy levels, your mental acuity, and your overall physical performance. All right, gentlemen, let us translate this scientific knowledge into actionable steps that you can begin implementing tomorrow morning. Because knowledge, however profound, remains inert unless it is converted into consistent habit. And this single daily habit has the power to completely redefine how your body feels and performs. I refer to it as the 3-step mineral hydration plan. It requires less than 5 minutes of your time each day. There are no pills to swallow, no elaborate preparation steps, simply an elevated glass of water. Step 1. Morning blood flow, kickstart. Immediately upon waking, and before you consume your first cup of coffee, fill a large glass with water. Add 1 to 2 teaspoons of magnesium glycinate and a minuscule pinch of Himalayan or sea salt. Stir this mixture slowly, take a deep, calming breath, then drink it with conscious intention. As this specially prepared water makes its way through your system, your blood vessels will begin to gently dilate. Your muscles will start to relax, and your body will awaken with a smooth, sustained energy rather than the jittery sensation often associated with caffeine. Implement this practice every morning for 3 consecutive weeks, and you will undoubtedly begin to notice a discernible difference. Your mornings will feel lighter, your focus will be sharper, and your circulation will feel steadier and more robust throughout your entire body. Step 2. Midday hormone and immune support. Around lunchtime and before the inevitable afternoon slump sets in, prepare another glass of water. Add a few drops of liquid zinc to it. This constitutes your midday energetic boost. It aids in maintaining stable testosterone levels, helps to balance your mood, and fortifies your immune defenses throughout the remainder of the day. You will experience no subsequent energy crash, no lingering cognitive fog, only consistent, grounded energy that endures. Consider it your internal reset button for the latter half of your day. Step 3. Evening circulation rebalance. After your evening meal or following your workout routine, conclude your day with another tall glass of water. To this, add 1 to 2 scoops of a potassium-rich electrolyte powder, ensuring it is low in sugar and high in essential minerals. This final step is crucial for restoring your electrolyte balance. It assists in stabilizing your heart rate, normalizing your blood pressure, and promoting muscle relaxation, thereby facilitating deep, restorative sleep. Many of my patients report waking the following morning feeling genuinely refreshed rather than groggy or heavy, but simply alive and invigorated. So, to summarize, morning magnesium and a pinch of salt, midday zinc, and evening potassium. That is the entirety of it. Simple, effective, and profoundly powerful. You are not embarking on a restrictive diet, nor are you introducing a complex array of supplements. You are, quite simply, upgrading the water you drink. And the truly remarkable aspect of this process is that the effects compound over time. With each passing week, your body recharges itself a little more effectively. Your circulation becomes progressively smoother, your energy levels more consistently reliable, and your mental focus increasingly unwavering. By the 3rd week, you will likely begin to experience a resurgence of qualities you may have believed were lost forever. That effortless confidence in your stride, that quiet strength that characterizes your mornings, and that steady stamina that once defined you. Because this is no longer merely about hydration, it is about restoration. It is about re-establishing the vital communication pathways between your cells. It is about your body remembering how to feel powerful again. And in the subsequent segment, we will discuss the tangible, real-world improvements you can anticipate as this becomes your established routine, and how this singular habit can effectively counteract the relentless march of aging itself. Let us now focus our attention on what transpires subsequently when you commit to this regimen. The results may not be immediate, but they will manifest progressively and steadily in ways that you will undeniably feel. Within the first week, you will notice a reduction in that morning sense of dryness or heaviness. You will awaken with greater mental clarity. Your initial movements upon rising from bed will feel easier. The cognitive fog that typically dissipates over several hours will seem to lift much more quickly. By the 2nd week, your energy levels will begin to stabilize throughout the entire day. That pervasive mid-afternoon energy crash, the insistent craving for more coffee, will gradually diminish. You will maintain a sharp mental acuity from sunrise to sunset, not through artificial stimulation, but through genuine, sustained vitality. By the 3rd week, your blood flow will feel noticeably smoother. Your skin will exhibit a fresher appearance. Your sleep will deepen. You will recover more rapidly from strenuous workouts or demanding days. And for a significant number of men, circulation in the intimate areas will also experience a quiet but welcome improvement. That morning vigor you thought was irretrievably lost will begin to return. Now let us be candid. Aging is a natural and inevitable process. However, the decline associated with it is, to a significant extent, optional. Much of what we perceive as the effects of aging is, in reality, a state of depletion. Your body running critically low on the essential minerals and communication signals that maintain maintain its interconnectedness. When you diligently restore this fundamental balance, your entire system awakens. You are not reversing the clock, you are simply enabling your body to perform at the optimal level for which it was designed. Your heart will pump with less strain, your brain will focus with greater clarity and less interference, and your muscles will relax rather than becoming rigidly locked. Even your mood will stabilize, leading to a reduction in anxiety and an increase in grounded presence. Because when your cells are fully energized, your entire body experiences a profound sense of safety and well-being. It is at this juncture that true vitality returns and genuine confidence emerges, not from ego, but from a deep-seated, calm, physical certainty. Furthermore, an additional, invaluable benefit arises that no single supplement bottle can provide: clarity. You will begin to truly understand what your body has been attempting to communicate to you for years. Hydration is not merely about quenching thirst, it is about fostering communication. Every mineral you ingest sends a precise message to your heart, your nervous system, and your hormonal complex. And that message is remarkably simple. We are reconnected. You will come to realize that you were never truly losing your inherent power. You were merely operating with a weak and intermittent signal. These essential minerals serve to amplify that signal, transforming simple hydration into palpable electricity and electricity into vibrant life. Therefore, eschew the pursuit of instantaneous miracles. Instead, embrace the quiet, gradual awakenings, the subtle shifts that will prompt you to remark, I feel remarkably different today. Because this is the true nature of profound restoration, not achieved through a single grand leap, but through a series of small, consistent acts of self-care. And now that you possess a clear understanding of your body's inherent capabilities, let us conclude with a topic of even greater significance: how to ensure that this transformative process becomes a lasting aspect of your life. Because the true key lies not merely in what you drink today, but in the conscious choice to consistently repeat this practice every single day moving forward. So here is where all the pieces converge, gentlemen. You have been privy to the fundamental truth about hydration as it pertains to men over 60. You have witnessed how plain water in isolation is no longer adequate for optimal well-being, and you now possess a precise roadmap for revitalizing that water, imbuing it with the power of minerals that effectively reanimate your cells. Because genuine vitality does not emanate from complex pharmaceutical interventions or superficial quick fixes. It originates from connection, from every cell within your body functioning in unison, charged, balanced, and fully alive. Contemplate your morning glass of water anew. It is no longer just water. It is a potent signal directed to your entire physiological system. Awaken, flow, heal, perform. Magnesium facilitates relaxation and opens your circulatory pathways. Sodium empowers your cells to absorb fluid deeply. Potassium harmonizes every heartbeat and nerve impulse. And zinc safeguards your hormones, your prostate, and your essential masculine edge. 4 simple minerals, 3 uncomplicated steps, 1 profoundly transformative outcome. You do not need to chase elusive youth. You simply need to provide your body with the essential spark it has been missing. Because even beyond the age of 60, you are not running out of life force. You are actively awakening it. Therefore, here is my direct call to action. Tomorrow morning, fill a glass of water. Add your half teaspoon of magnesium glycinate. Incorporate a pinch of real, unrefined salt. Take a slow, deliberate breath and drink it as a man who is decisively reclaiming control of his physical well-being. Then, persevere. Introduce your zinc at lunchtime. Administer your potassium in the evening. Commit to this regimen for just 21 days, a mere 3 weeks. Observe the remarkable changes that unfold. You will witness a profound shift in your energy levels. You will feel lighter, calmer, and demonstrably stronger. You will awaken before your alarm clock, imbued with a renewed sense of purpose, because what you are undertaking is far from insignificant. You are not merely hydrating your body, you are actively recharging the vital current that powers your heart, your mind, and your masculinity. And when you radiate that revitalized energy outward to your partner, your family, and the world around you, they will undoubtedly feel its impact. Gentlemen, aging should not be synonymous with deceleration. It is an opportunity for evolution. And when you master the art of your hydration, you master that evolutionary process. Therefore, if this message has resonated deeply with you, please signify your approval by giving this video a like. If you are not yet subscribed, I encourage you to do so. And importantly, share this video with a friend who you believe could benefit from this information, because true men uplift and support each other. And before you depart, I am eager to hear from you in the comments section. Which mineral will be the first you add to your water? Will it be magnesium for calm, sustained energy, zinc for enhanced strength and drive, potassium for overall balance, or perhaps all three? Please share your intentions below. I personally read every single comment. Furthermore, if you have any health-related questions, do not hesitate to pose them there. I will be addressing them in forthcoming videos. Until our next encounter, I am Dr. Rachel Ross. Continue to hydrate, remain strong, and always remember, your most vibrant years are not behind you. They are merely on the cusp of unfolding.